Okay, what I've got here, big hollow bead. It's got cobalt blue at one end, and at the other end it's got a double strip of lavender, and then it's filled in with blackcurrant, which is a gorgeous deep purple. And what I'm doing at the moment is just rolling it gently until it starts taking shape. Then I'm going to roll it in some frit to make some pretty fish scales, and then back into the flame. It's quite difficult to shape when it's a hollow bead. What we have to do is turn the torch down a little, so the heat's a little more pinpointed and a little less glary. We're aiming to get it kind of eyeball shaped, not round, slightly oval. I'm going to hold that up here so that it cools for a minute, and then I'm going to really gently press two sides of it flat. This is going to make a fishie's tail. So now we've got slightly elongated on one side, round at the front. I'm just going to heat up the tail area, which is the longest part of the fishy body. And then to start getting that tail to pull down, I'm going to really gently rock the mandrel back and forth with my fingertips. And you can see the stretch starting to take shape there. It's always best to heat gently and then manipulate the glass, and reheat and manipulate it again if it doesn't come out the way that you want it, because it's much easier to make the tail come out than it is to make the tail go back in again if it comes out too far. Alright, I'm quite happy with that. I'm just going to straighten it up with the marver. Back into the flame. Now I can work on his face. So for the face you do exactly the same thing. Heat, wiggle. What you're aiming for here is less of a cone, more of a slightly rounded tip. Okay, he's looking quite cool. Again, just going to use the marver to even up the sides there. And that point there is going to be fishy lips in a minute. The next step is to start preparing for the eyes. Of course I haven't got a rod out yet, so that'll do. Okay, always put a white base on for the eyeballs, because it looks more effective. Gives fishy something to smile at. See, I'm keeping the fish in the flame while I start to heat the white rod. To heat white quite slowly because it's prone to fracturing. Okay, let's do the eyes and replace one big dot one side. And one big dot the other side. As even as you can get them, but it doesn't matter if they're not strictly even, because nothing's really symmetrical in nature. Two eyes. Then for his pupils we're going to use that lovely cobalt blue, which takes quite a while to heat up. Fairly stiff glass. One. Oops. Now that's a fixable, thank goodness. Never happens normally, honestly. Right, still too much glass on that side, so I'll pull some more of it out. Okay, that's about as melted in as we want those to be. Now we're going to aim for some lips. We'll do the lips in blackcurrant. So for lips we're going to heat up a nice big blob, lovely blackcurrant glass. Aiming for around the size of a nice big pea. And then you want to just heat the top of that gather in the flame and let it drop onto the fish's face. don't worry, it doesn't hurt him. Okay, a little heat to make sure that's nice and well attached. Then we're going to use my favourite tool, thanks to Marie. This is a lovely razor. Makes perfect fishy mouth, so you push it straight down into the middle and then rock from side to side and backwards and forwards. Big fishy kissy lips. Love him. Okay, now we're going to start working on the fins. You'll notice I haven't put pupils onto his eyes yet, they come later. If you put them on too early they just spread out and look messy. Okay, so we want cobalt blue for the top base of the fins. Keep the fishy right at the back of the flame and keep him turning slowly so he doesn't get cold. This is the trickiest bit about making a fish, is just making sure you keep the heat in him. Okay. Right, so I usually start off by placing for the top fin, just behind the mandrel. About there. Oopsie. Workbench is on fire, I'm glad you can't see that bit. Okay, then nice big gather, you can probably see the smoke. That's going to block onto the very tip of him to start making a tail. Okay. We want one wing on either side, fin I should say. I always see these ones as being the winged fins. They're also kind of good for helping the fish to be stable if he's standing. Lovely. Now I'm going to build onto those one layer of lavender or amethyst and one of clear. Doesn't really look too good yet, but we're getting there. Okay. Amethyst on the top fin. For the tail I want it to go all the way around, so I'm going to start there and go over and back and then up to the middle, just to get the effect that I'm after when we pinch the tail out. Okay, and we want a little bit of clear. Again, I don't seem to have one to hand, but there we go. Okay, this is starting to take shape now. I'm going to put a nice big bit of clear on each of these lovely finny blobs. It's really effective when you pinch them out. See exactly what I mean in a minute, I hope. Nice big stripe on each of the side fins. There we go, now we're ready to work on actually shaping the fins. Hope my hand hasn't been in the way the whole time, that would be really annoying. Okay, so to shape the fins, I'm going to start with the top fin. We're going to heat it till it's nice and glowy, right down to the body. I've got a pair of trusty old nap pliers in this hand, and I'm literally going to grab the fin and pinch it with the pliers till it starts coming into nice fishy fin shape. The pliers actually add the texture as well, which is kind of really cool. Okay, then onto the tail. Give the fins a little warm through, make sure they're not going to drop off at any given moment. Okay, tail. Again, we want to heat that until it's nice and glowy, gloopy. For the tail, the first pinch I do is always the one that goes through from the middle to the back. On either side. Then underneath, and then I'll heat the tip and I'll pull it. There we go, lovely fishy tail. We're going to heat up the top fin again, make sure that doesn't crack, whilst heating up the side fins. Side fins are always a little trickier to pull out. It's working in an unusual direction. Okay, this one's about ready to go, so pinch the length and then work your way back into the body, tip it down. Fishie's nearly done, and last thing we do is give him some pupils. For that I'm using tiny fine black stringer rod. I'm just going to spot heat the eye and the stringer until there's a tiny little ball on there. I'll pop that onto the eye, take it off, and the same again on the other side. I'm not too happy with that one, so I'm just going to nip it off. Do it again. Okay. Right. The final little tool is just a little wood punch. I'm going to use that to press the eyes in. Pupils into place. There you have him, one Fishie. Now he's going in now. Put the Fishie in the kiln. All done.